Hey, today we're going to talk about the community manager has just left Arrowhead Game Studios. Not only that, we've got a major order status update. We'll talk about a brand new Helldivers 2 controller coming soon. Arrowhead asked the community about the Superstore items, and there's much more we'll be discussing. We're going to talk about that and much more in this video. If you'd like to support the channel, please hit the like button below at any point, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Okay guys, let's start off with a little bit of depressing news. The community manager has just left Arrowhead Game Studios, the one and only community manager named Twinbeard. I've talked about his post a couple of times on here, and he's done an incredible job communicating with the fans, but now it has come to an end. His contract is up, and I suppose he'll be moving on to better things. The proof can be seen here on the official Helldivers 2 Discord, where he tagged everyone and wrote this. Hello everyone, my contract with Arrowhead is coming to an end, and since I have a lot of outstanding vacation, this unfortunately means this will be my last day as a community manager here. From my very first day, you welcomed me with open arms and hug emotes. You drew stickers, wrote songs, and made me feel beyond appreciated. There have been some rough patches, but I always felt that we ventured through the fire tornadoes and sandstorms together. We fought the alien scum and bot menace on the battlefield, experienced the same bugs, and we also turned the tide together. Helldivers 2 is a much healthier game today than it was a few months ago, and it has a bright future alongside all of you. Thank you for sticking with it, us at Arrowhead, and me during my service here. Most of you know I neither BS nor lie, so when I say I'm forever grateful for you taking me along this amazing Helldive, know that is from the bottom of my heart. There were things I wanted to say that I sometimes couldn't. That's part of my job. There were also things I wanted to do that we never got around to or haven't. Rather, the show goes on just without me. Be nice to my colleagues, try to be patient with all the hardworking devs if things take more time than you would like them to, and stay as dedicated, as crazy, and as wonderful as you always are. I'll remain on the server, so I'll be around. As always, feel free to say hi or DM me from now on. However, my opinions and replies will be my own and not representative for or on behalf of Arrowhead Game Studios. Much love and manage democracy, Thomas. This one is kind of sad to see. The reason being is that he seemed to be the only community manager that spoke to the fans, answered questions, and overall was a very solid community manager. And, well, it looks like he will no longer be working at Arrowhead Game Studios since his contract has ended. I don't think we are going to get the same type of communication from Arrowhead like we have in the past, considering he won't be there anymore, and the other community managers barely answer questions or even communicates at all with the fanbase, and that's my opinion. Personally, I think Twinbeard did an exceptionally great job at being a community manager. Like I've mentioned prior, he was good at talking to us all about our questions and having a blast with the community. Yet now it seems he won't be able to tell us what's going on with Helldivers 2 anymore, since he doesn't have that job position. Alright, we are now going to quickly talk about the latest major order. If you didn't notice yesterday, Joel changed the machine gun requirements. We no longer have to reach 500 million kills. Instead, it's now 50 million. In a previous video, I brought up how we were going to fail the major order, and of course, a day right after the video went public, the developers had shortened the requirements. With that being said, are the Arrowhead developers trying to gather data about the 3 stratagems? No, apparently this is not the case. The Arrowhead team actually has a way of looking at the statistics from their end, and they do not need to create a major order to find out what the player base is currently using the most. The proof can be seen here from a support team member who responded to a player and said, "We already have usage data on weapons. Letting players decide if a weapon should be buffed or nerfed based on the outcome of a major order would be a bit weird." As you can tell, they have a weapon usage data, and I'm assuming these stratagems are included as well. There's been speculation going around in the Helldivers 2 community that the major order is mainly a way for the Arrowhead team to figure out which machine gun will receive a belt-fed machine gun backpack, or which gun should receive a buff or nerf. I'm not entirely sure if that's the case, since we already know they have a way of looking at the weapon data and what's used the most. Personally, I don't want to think this is a major order filler. Instead, I'd like to believe this is another way for them to gather data on the 3 weapons to find out which stratagem will receive a belt-fed backpack. Plus, I recall in a previous video I brought up a reply from the CCO Mr. Pillowstead that responded to a player about a belt-fed machine gun backpack, as you can see here in this image. Pillowstead responded that there are minor technical reasons as to why they haven't introduced it just yet. So with that being said, I'm going to remain hopeful here and would like to believe they are currently working on it. And who knows, maybe at some point it will be a stratagem we can use. So what do you all think about a machine gun belt fed backpack? Are you looking forward to a support stratagem like that, or would you prefer them to create a different stratagem? Let's talk about it in the comments below, and I can't wait to see what you all think about it. Now lastly, for the major order, we have just finished it yesterday, and it looks like we have a new message since it was completed. You can see right here, the success message says this. Thanks to the Helldivers' resolute commitment to scientific advancement, the machine gun efficacy review has been completed with more than enough data collected to achieve its investigative aims. After thorough and democratically driven testing, the MG43 was the first to reach the never-altered goal of 50 million enemies dispatched. Following their promise-free lunch hour, MG43 assembly workers will be granted automatically approved over time in order to create a surplus of this Helldiver chosen weapon. All Helldivers' arsenal will be temporarily augmented with the MG43. The selection of a single machine gun does not diminish the quality and value of other machine guns in the Helldivers' arsenal. All machine guns have their unique treasured role in the defense of freedom. Yeah, I don't think that's too rewarding to earn a temporary machine gun stratagem, but that's what we earned after completing this major order. Maybe it will play a part in a future major order where we'll be able to earn a machine gun belt fed backpack, but as of right now, this is pretty much what the major order message states. I don't really think these major orders are fun at all as of late, and it sort of feels like a major order filler, especially since this is all we got and there's nothing being driven story-wise. Continuing along, let's go over news regarding a special Helldivers 2 controller that was confirmed about 2 days ago by Bill who dropped a Sony leak about a brand new DualSense controller. In this post, we can see it says, following our yesterday story, here is a new PS5 accessory that will be released soon, a brand new DualSense controller, Helldivers 2 limited edition. We have also the full pricing and available regions. Now that's pretty cool. So there's a link here that I had to translate from French to English. So towards the bottom, they wrote this. If the DualSense Monster Hunter Wilds controller was limited to the East Asia region, this will not be the case for the Helldivers 2 limited edition controller, which will be available in Europe, North America, and other parts of the world. However, we do not know the design as well as the exact dates of announcement and the release of this joystick, but we believe that his announcement would come later in 2024. On the price side, it will correspond exactly to that of the last Fortnite limited edition DualSense controller. We will obtain the following prizes. DualSense wireless controller, Helldivers limited edition, $84.99, $74.99, $84.99. Awesome, it looks like we'll be able to spread democracy in a stylish way with this brand new Helldivers 2 DualSense controller. I'm excited to see what it looks like. I'd like to know, are you going to purchase it or is it a pass? Now sure, we don't know as of right now about the controller's appearance, but I'd still like to know. Once there is more news about the Helldivers 2 controller, I will let you know in a future video, especially what it will look like and how you can pick it up. Now, my thoughts so far are that if it's a controller that looks basic, then that might turn away a few players, including myself, who want to purchase it. However, if it's got details like a Helldivers 2 logo and a theme that matches the black and yellow colors, then I think I would be willing to purchase it. The price does seem a bit outrageous for a controller, but it is a special edition, but hey, that's my opinion on it. Anyway, sounds like a great idea from Sony, and it'll be cool to see the final results. With that said, what I'd like to bring up next is the newest survey that was dropped by Arrowhead. They might be looking into the Superstore items, since the latest survey asked about how we all feel about it. For instance, I took 3 screenshots of the questions that they asked. One of the questions, which I believe was the first, they asked about how we all felt about the Superstore refreshing. Is it too quickly, just right, too slowly, or I'm not sure. Personally, I think the Superstore items refresh just right, and there's no issues regarding that. The second question is about how often do you use the Superstore to redeem items? The choices are all the time, most of the time, some of the time, rarely, or never. I answered with sometimes, since I only purchase items when the War Bond drops, because typically the Arrowhead team drops new additional armors, right? Speaking of that, interestingly enough, they also brought up a screenshot about the newest armor and capes that popped up in the Superstore recently. There was also another question that I forgot to screenshot, and they wanted to know what we like and dislike about the Superstore. I wrote that we need more colors to purchase to apply to the Hellpods, Pelicans, and Exosuit, and we also need more capes that we could purchase as well. So that pretty much was the whole entire survey. If you guys would like to, answer it down below. Let me know what you think about those questions, what you would answer with, and all that, since I'm sure some of you couldn't get to the survey in time. Moving along now, this is usually the part of the video where I go over your suggested loadouts, And just know I'm still doing them. I'm definitely doing them. I'm looking at the comments from the previous video, and even I'll look at the comments in this video. So if you have already posted a comment in the previous video, just know that I'm going to feature 2 loadouts in the next video. So comment again in this video, and I might select it. So remember, just post a comment, I'll try out your loadout in the next video, and there will be 2 loadouts that I'll be featuring. Anyways, with everything being said, this is your Helldivers 2 news. If you guys would like to be featured at the end of the video, all you have to do is comment down below, and I might just feature you in the next video. But remember, you have to have enough upvotes to be featured. The first top comment is by David Mornan 4283. They should make going capeless an option, and the moment you click it, you will be returned to civilian life. That is hilarious, man. That would be incredible to see, and you know what? Maybe they should do that. The second comment is by Devastator 117. Not having a cape is undemocratic. Yeah, I still think it would be a cool idea to go capeless, but obviously not a lot of people think the same way, and yeah, a lot of these comments are funny to see. And the last comment is by Brett Martin 2754. Capeless treason, that's treason. Yeah, I know, guys, I know. I wanted it to have a capeless option. Maybe we shouldn't have it anymore, but you know what? Those are the top 3 comments. Thank you guys so much for commenting in the previous video. If you haven't done so already, do it in this video. Comment, give a like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Share it with your buddies, and I hope you all have a solid day. If you haven't done so, subscribe like I mentioned, and do all that good stuff because it helps out the channel so much. It truly does, and that way you can stay, up to date with the news. Anyways, thank you guys again, and I'll see you guys in the next video.